Welcome back to the HOT6 Cup, everybody. We're going to jump right into an interview. As yesterday, I'm Wolf. Joined with me is Moonblade. We're going to hear from these four players here for Group B.
정윤종 선수예요. 새로운 유니폼 입고 이제 경기를 펼칩니다. 오늘 이렇게 선수들이 경기 펼치기 전에 지금 준비하고 있는 모습이니까 상당히 인상적인데 전태양 선수가 좀 궁금해요.
The interview's going to start in just a moment here, just kind of giving an overview of the players. We're going to start with TY, formerly known as Baby, of course, the initials standing for his name, 태양.
전태양입니다. 저는 사실 해외
Seems like Taran did pretty well yesterday.
어제 좀 독일에서 한국으로 기구를 해서 많이 연습을 못 했어요.
He was in Home Story Cup. He just came back from Germany yesterday. And he didn't have that much time to practice.
선수들이라 좀 쉽지 않아 보여요.
And look at my opponents.
개인적으로 승자전에서 누구 만났으면 좋겠어요. 그나마 좀 편한 상대.
And he's just saying, you know, he doesn't really know what to say. They're just really strong.
정윤종 선수, 마이크 한번 잡아봐요. 아니 정윤종이면
So if you had to pick which player would be the strongest, he says Rain.
예, 정윤종 선수에게 마이크 좀 넘겨주세요. 예. 자, 정윤종 선수.
Or perhaps he means to pick Rain as the weakest. I couldn't quite catch it, but we're going to hear from Rain now. Last HOT6 Cup, you were the champion. Rain is the defending champion, if you guys didn't know. Did you hear what TY said about you? So he must be referring to picking him as the weakest player, the player he'd like to face.
태양의 그 홈스토리 경기를 보니까 좀
I think TY, you know, he beat me in the qualifier, that's why he's saying that.
그래서 저도
yeah, he said when he watched him at Home Story Cup, he felt like he had a lot of problems in his play, and I'm really confident against him. I have to echo Rain's sentiment here. He didn't play very well at Home Story Cup as much as I expected him to.
그때는 좀 사실
Tell me about your Home Story Cup experience.
경기 외적으로 좀 문제가 많아가지고 제가 좀 경기력이 굉장히 안 좋았던 것 같아요. 근데
it's not only about tournaments. Besides tournaments, there's a lot of things going on that affects his play style right now.
그게 좀 연관성은 없다고 생각하고요. 사실 원래 좀 정윤종 선수를 굉장히
I was weak against Zerg and not Protoss, so he thinks he's going to be fine.
이번 좀 예선 해보면서 좀 이기면서 생각보다 해볼만 한 거예요. 그래서
But when I had a match against Rain in the qualifier, it was pretty doable.
저번처럼 좀 제가 준비를 잘 했으니까 이길 수 있지 않나 생각해요.
He's saying he prepared as well as last time, and he thinks he's going to have a good match against Rain. Your first opponent is actually Su, though, the Zerg player.
사실 저는 어제 귀국했는데 저거전밖에 안 하고 왔어요. 왜냐면은 어윤수 선수가 저한테
Since he just got back from Korea yesterday,
농락한 적이 있어요.
he only practiced for Zerg.
사실 좀 쌓아놨던 게 많았거든요. 사실 어윤수 선수만 좀 이기려고.
He feels like it's going to be hard against. He says he has hard feelings against Su outside the game.
같은 그런 경기력은 아마
and so he's only practicing Zerg matches.
예, 그럼 마이크 어윤수 선수 한번 줘보세요. 자, 어윤수 선수.
He's saying, I'm going to show a better performance. You're not going to see the same TY that you saw at the Home Story Cup.
기다리고 있을 테니까 올라오래요. 결승전에 어제.
Sue, did you hear what Marine King said yesterday? He wants to meet you in the finals. And we're going to find out who the real Kong is in Starcraft 2. See, of course I watched that interview.
뭔가 저를 잘 아실 것 같더라고요, 제 마음을. 그래서 좀 친근감이 들었고.
And he says he really thinks the Marine King understands how he feels. The one person who really understands how he feels.
스토리컵 경기를 원래 보기 전에는 조가 정말 세다. 진짜 이길 상대가 없다라고 생각을 했는데. 그거 보고 나서
Before, when he was watching TY playing Home Story Cup, he actually thought TY was a tough opponent.
그래서 사실 토스전은
before Home Story Cup, and now after watching his Home Story performance, he thinks that TY is going to be an easier opponent.
그 생각이에요.
So he practiced against Taran to take that win.
그래요?
So originally thinking he was tough, then watching Home Story Cup changed his mind. Say that most people would say TY is definitely an underdog in this group. HOT6 Cup is awarding WCS points.
좀 아쉬웠는데.
So does that give you any sort of different motivation?
욕심이 있어요.
오늘은 무난하게 좀 올라갈 수 있을.
Yeah, I have a desire, of course, to make it further because of that.
1등보다는 일단 2등을 목표로 하고 왔기 때문에.
Do you think you can be a champion this time?
알겠어요. 그러면 전태양 2번 잡고 올라가는 거 한번 지켜볼게요. 자, 김효진 선수는
My goal is not actually to be the champion, but to be the runner-up.
찾았어요. 예, 오늘 좀
I guess, you know, just getting to the final alone is pretty good. SOS, you're not really popular in your group.
제가 요즘 대회가 없어서
있는 데마다 다 떨어지고 백수 생활이 좀 길었어요.
He hasn't really had much to do
백수 생활 해보니까
these days. He hasn't played any tournaments recently, so
그래서 편하게 게임하면서 지냈고.
so maybe that's why.
윤종이랑 경기하는데
He's been living comfortably recently. He's been resting. He's in good condition.
만약에 이기거나 지거나
You watch Rain stream on Twitch,
지장만 안 갔어요.
and it's really boring.
네, 알겠습니다. 재미없는 경기를 해서 지장만 좀 안 갔으면 좋겠고 그러면은
And I think I know how he's gonna play.
올라가야겠네요. 지면은 2달간 쉬어야 되잖아요. 올해 연말을 이제 스스리 맞이해야 되는데 그럼 각오 한 말씀 마지막에.
저희 조가 좀 다른 조에 비해
If you lose,
생각하는데
you're going to take 2 more months of rest before we have any more tournaments. How do you feel about that?
최선을 다하겠습니다.
네, 이렇게 오늘 경기 펼친 선수를 만나봤는데 전태양 선수를
of course I don't want that to happen. I'm just going to try to advance today. He says.
최근 경기를 많이 의식을 하거든요.
홈스토리 톡 같은 게 독이 됐어요.
네.
예, 그래요. 전태양과 김유진, 어율 선수는 이정훈 선수 단짝이
He's saying also that he doesn't really think that TY's home serve performance is very good, so it made everyone else more confident. Not only that, but they can watch us play. So that will conclude our interview. We're going to go to a video. The toughest round of 16 of all time. Moonglade, are you ready for Group B?
I am so ready. I cannot wait to see what these players have in store. Very interesting interviews there.
Yeah, we got to see some trash talking going on.
I mean, the most I got from that interview was the fact that no one really respects Lacira, because Lacira 3-0'd TY in the round of 8 of Home Story Cup, which is why they're all laughing so much at TY. Everyone's so confident against him, and I mean, I'm sure Sue is very, very happy about that result.
Well, I really like Lucera. I've always liked him as a player. I watched those games.
Oh, yeah.
But I do feel like TY had an underwhelming performance at Home Story Cup. I feel like a lot of people are expecting more from him.
I mean, and coming home from Europe yesterday, he's going to be jet-lagged, no doubt about that. No one can recover that quickly from a Europe trip. Not a chance at all. So, yeah, he's got a very, very hard battle ahead of him. But I mean, looking at Sue, he did have a bad performance against Terran recently as well in the round of 16 of WCS World Finals, losing to Tasia 3-1. So,
this is true.
I mean, both are kind of having a rough time at this matchup, though statistically, I believe Sue, this is his best matchup.
Yes.
He just kind of hit a massive hurdle with Tasia. So we're going to have to wait and see exactly how that's going to pan out.
Yeah, Sue seems to have, you know, definitely the consistency right now. He's one of the players.
He's the most consistent player in the world.
Yeah, I think nobody would argue
like
that.
Ever. Like, no one's ever done what he's done this year. It might be a little bit sad, but it's still an amazing feat getting second place 5 times in a row in 5 major tournaments.
Yeah, and you know, for him, I guess what he was saying earlier when his goal was second place, I think what he means to say is like that's like his worst case scenario. Is he wants to at least be able to accomplish what he's been able to do every time.
If you're going to be a Kong, you might as well be like the world's most successful one at that. I mean, get the whole year done at GSL.
Yeah. So, of course, for those of you guys who are in Korea, do come down here to the studio. You know, make some time if you're in Seoul to come down here and watch these matches. We had some incredible ones yesterday. We're having some today as well. You can get coins if you show up. If you get a cheerful, you know, on screen, you're going to get a second coin as well. Here's our schedule. Of course, today is Wednesday, so we had Group A yesterday, and then Group C and Group D will be tomorrow and Friday. And we got the round of 8 on the 2nd and 3rd, but on the Grand Finals, we're also going to have the round of 4 that day. And if you're a foreigner in Korea, you can come down to the Grand Finals. We've got actually a special seating section for foreigners. It's going to be really easy to access. There's even a special door for you guys to come through. I heard the seats are really good.
Yep.
So, you know, definitely get down there early and absolutely show up. You're not going to get a terrible seat. You're going to have an awesome seat. There's a section reserved just for you. So please do that. Please come down to the finals. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be so sick. That's going to be such a big day with the round of 4 as well as the finals. Huge day ahead of us. But here we go. Group B, starting with Sue versus TY, and then it's going to be Rain versus SOS in an epic PvP.
I think most people are saying Sue is getting out of the group 100%. the debate tends to be whether or not Rain or SOS will be joining him.
I'm looking at the recent statistics and recent performances. I got to say Rain is looking very, very good, very set to defeat SOS and probably get out of this group. And Su should get out of this group unless something has happened to his form.
Yeah.
Something has happened, so maybe his mind finally broke from getting second place too many times. We're going to have to wait and see, because it was a bit of a shock seeing him go down to Teja in the round of 16 of WCS.
That surprised a lot of people. I feel like Teja's got some extra fire, though, when it comes to foreign events, and maybe that's what happened there. But, you know, don't count TY out just yet. No one could call him the favorite here, but we saw Marine King advance 4-0 in first place yesterday.
Crazy
Miracles
things have happened already, yeah. Absolutely right.
I feel like Su, if I had him in my official predictions, I'd say Su, whoever wins the PvP, though, will be the one to get out, actually, with him.
That'd be a safe bet. I would definitely bet that. And here we go. Here is Su, the one of the only 2 Zergs in the tournament. The most successful Zerg of this year, that's for sure.
No one would ever question that. You see a lot of runner-ups down there, including the DreamHack Open. But he only made it to the round of 16 in the Global Finals. As you said, he lost to Teja there. But notice he was runner-up for the GSL Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3.
Oh, it's so ruthless. But
not to mention the GSLs before that as well.
Yeah. Today is a new tournament. He's got his best matchup ahead of him. He has had some rest since he got back from BlizzCon. I think he'll be in a pretty good position, especially against the jet-lagged TY.
Yeah. I would not be too concerned about his opponent here. You know, Su looking at this, especially since he's had those matches to study. Now, TY is in a rough shape. He's jet-lagged, didn't get the best performance in Home Story Cup, and on top of that, he actually looked a little bit weaker in the WECT tournament. I feel he had a shaky time against Protoss. And There's 2 Protosses in the group.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other matchup of today, a TVP, and if he has to go up against a Protoss, one of these 2 Protosses, it could be a huge problem for him going 3-0 against 0-3, sorry, against Stats. Yeah, it's not looking in good shape at all for this tournament, I gotta say.
Yeah. I'm worried for him here.
And he is looking tired, by the way.
He doesn't look good, and basically everyone in the interview talked trash on him earlier, so that can't help his own confidence, right? So
not at all.
We'll have to wait and see if he can shake it off here.
I just want
his first game.
I just want to give him a pillow right now because he looks like ready for bed.
Yeah. He looks totally wiped, man. Got a lot of fans down here in the studio. Be aware that not only just for the finals, you can come down here to Samsung anytime to watch these matches, get those coins, win some stuff. You can bet the coins too, by the way, now.
Absolutely. Such a cool system.
Foxtrot Labs, Game 1 Moonblade.
This is an interesting map, a map we definitely don't see that often in this matchup, so...
Yeah, definitely not.
I'm very excited to see what these guys have in store.
I am too. Definitely got to give the Su the edge here. And TY is definitely not shy to do cheeses, do gimmicky builds, do weird strategies. You know, nobody's doing it, but I wouldn't even be that surprised if TY did a proxy
He might actually have to today. I'm thinking Wolf. I mean, he's in a pretty bad state, as we can see. He's looking pretty tired. He just came back from Home Story where he had a pretty bad run against Zerg. He might have to pull out something a little crazy today.
Yeah, I'm feeling that with you as well. See if he wants to test the waters in a normal straight-up game here on Foxtrot, or if he wants to just go straight into that. Let's go into game number 1 here at Group B, Su versus TY. Up to the top right in blue, the SK Telecom Zerg.
SK Telecom T1 Su.
The Kong of Starcraft 2, he's surpassed Marine King in that.
Kong of Heart of the Swarm, I would say.
Yeah, that much is absolutely sure. And his opponent, who sends out a very early SCB in the red.
KT roster TY.
This is exactly what I was thinking, Wolf. I mean, he's looking for maybe a bit of a cheesy win to start things off here, and I can't blame him at all. Setting the tempo.
It.
Yep, I think it's a great idea. Only one SCV so far, though. We'll have to have a look if a second one is going to come out. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, so maybe just a Reaper.
Yeah, looks like it is going to be that Reaper style, which can do a lot of damage early, put you quite ahead. It's going to be entirely up to Su to micro appropriately defend.
Yeah, and this obviously can do a lot of damage if you go for a hatch first, which if you don't go for a hatch first, you're just asking to be behind. The spawning pool, of course, to be late. Let's see if he makes any extra drones here. I don't think Su will, actually. Just probably against somebody who thinks he's better than I think. Oh, well.
Oh, hang on a second. I actually think it's going to be a one-rags bunker.
You think that? Yeah, because he's got no gas.
No gas, so it's actually just going to be, he's going to try to get a bunker down, he's going to try and do a lot of damage to this hatch, or he's going to try and cancel it more than anything else. He kind of has to when he's doing this style.
We never really see this too often
No, it's actually very old school. Something, yeah, we haven't seen in quite a time. But it can work, especially if there's no Overlord spotting, but we do have an Overlord in front of the natural here. So he's going to see the SCV, he's going to get an idea of what's going on here, and he can kind of deflect this with just drones.
Yeah, he needs to just pull a few drones, because this is just one barracks, and, I mean, obviously, with this this pool, it's a pretty greedy timing. He even got gas early, but he's definitely going to need to pull some drones down. Starts the bunker far away. The SCV is, or rather, the Overlord is still looking at it though.
This
and he brings a second SCV too.
Second SCV. It's going to be one Rax. I feel like maybe at the very least he's trying to get Su to overcommit with drone pulls and like kind of like force him to cut his eco to defend against a fake 2 Rax. And from that, he's going to be teching up, going into Hellions, going to that factory tech, and go for a different sort of angle of harassment. Maybe a Hellion drop, maybe fast Banshee. We'll have to wait and see.
Whoa! He just cancels it straight away.
And this is exactly what I was talking about. TY is creating this fake pressure with 1 Rax, and Su has completely overreacted to this, canceling the natural.
And you know what's odd is he saw, of course, that there was just 1 Marine coming initially. Now sees only 3. He should know by now it's only 1 barracks, because otherwise there'd be 5 Marines there right now.
Yeah, this is a...
And now he's going to do a 1 base Hellion factory follow-up, or at least another factory follow-up, not necessarily Hellions, but... well, this is a nasty situation to be in. He's even made a Spine Call at top of the ramp and a Roach Warren. Looks like he just wants to counterattack. The Roach Warren's going to give him a lot of safety against that factory follow-up as well.
Yeah,
but TY could be really happy with this.
Yeah, he's ecstatic. I don't think he expected to do this well. I'm sure he was thinking of he'd have to probably micro a lot. He'd have to defend against drones, have to pull away, and he might not actually get the kill. But now he actually has a contain, and he's teching to factory. He almost has his factory finished at this point, and he can have a great follow-up. We're gonna have to wait and see what it's gonna be.
Yeah, soft.
It can be anything. It could be if it's Banshee, he can just straight up win because I mean he's going Roach.
Exactly. Gonna drop a CC now, and there's a reactor. But with this situation with the soft contain, if any more lings are made, of course, then that's less drones, and he's going to be like, okay, sick. But he's going to see the roaches, because with just that few lings, he can't break out with them. He's going to need the roaches to get past, and then he's going to be able to scout those roaches long before they get to his base. It's going to give him ample time to repair. Can still go for Banshees behind this, a little bit delayed. The starport's on the way. And as soon as that barracks gets home, he can just drop a tech lab with that. And we may see something just like that here in a second.
Yep, I'm kind of getting the impression that we could definitely see some very early Banshees. Hellions are going to come out in a second as well. And they're going to deal with this bunker, but he knows exactly what he has to go. He's like, oh, okay, you went 1 base Roaches against my 1 Rax fake harassment, essentially. I will go Banshees. I will shut down this natural. I will destroy your Roach tech.
Yep, and you know what? He could even get a siege tank out here, too. He's adding the tech lab on the factory. May just be to switch with the starport, but no, he's getting both tech labs.
Yep,
so he's going to have both Banshees and siege tanks. He's going to have absolutely what he wants. He's got the high ground advantage here. The only thing he's missing really right now is Marines, but he's getting a few more of them out right now. He's got a bunker almost already ready. He should be totally fine against us. Siege tank is going to pop out too.
Yeah, I mean, there could potentially be some damage here, considering there is only a few Marines on a bunker, but I mean, the furthest away supply could actually go down if there was an Overlord spotter. I don't think there is, so... He should be pretty safe at this point.
He has burrows, so he can do some fancy micro with that. The problem is that he's just not going to be able to kill too many SCVs here, and he's already 2 Harvesters behind right now, plus Mules, and double CC.
Yeah,
and he can't even really reach the SCVs, and here comes that Siege Tank.
Oh, yeah. He is completely fine at this point. TY is actually playing a great game already.
Yeah, looking really good.
And it was from the overreaction from Su, essentially. A big mistake there.
Now, instead of getting a Banshee, he gets a Raven, so now he can spot the roaches.
Yeah, that is cute, and so intelligent.
This is going to also allow him to clear up creep a little bit later on. There's a little bit, more utility there. And also be able to clear up these pesky Zerlings that are blocking his 3rd CC location, for example.
Yep, he can do some harassment a little bit later on once he has enough energy. Drop some auto turrets.
And after this, he goes 2-base Spire. So he is really just focusing on the aggression.
Well, that's a 2-gas Spire, which is even worse than a 2-base Spire, because this just means that you're going to get a few out. I mean, at this rate, he's probably going to get 5, maybe 6. And, I mean, 6 is probably a decent number for the timing, but still, it's not what you want. You want to be able to one-shot SCVs. You want to be flying around, doing as much damage as you can. And I mean, TY is kind of setting himself up for a great timing with Marine Tank and some Medivacs and a Raven. So he's looking at a pretty good position here.
So keep in mind that Stim has now started, and I mean, once that's done, the Mulus harassment's going to have some serious trouble. He's placed the Spire in such a place where it's unlikely to be scouted, even with a scan.
Yeah.
But I don't think TY is worried right now. Even if Su had a normal third base, he'd be pretty okay with it, considering his worker count right now.
Completely fine. Completely fine. And ooh, this is a kind of could be a little bit of a mistake. He's not expecting Mutas to come out this early, so he's going to plant these tanks down, and it could go very wrong, very wrong, very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, auto turrets aren't going to protect these against the Mulus, plus the Queens or whatever else is around. 5 Mutas, just as you predicted, coming out here, and let's see how much damage these siege tanks get done, because the Mulus aren't out yet. 2 eBays on the way back at home is going to give him ample time to get his turrets up, but this is definitely going to be an expensive drop here. I don't think he's going to be happy with how this turns out.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this at all. And the Mutas are almost out by now. He sees the tanks. He can pull back what he needs if he wants to. And from there, Mutas will clean this up pretty quickly, but still.
Yeah, you know, he's waiting to put the turrets down, and here they come.
Here they come.
He's going to maybe try to pick up an escape here. It's going to be so tough for the Mulus target properly. They actually fight the turrets, so he...
Yeah, looks like he's going to give away one tank and get away with the other tank's life as well as the medivac. So
wow, man.
Not a bad trade at all for TY.
TIL, TY's utilitarian.
Well said.
So yeah, I mean, I guess it's worth it if you could save the other tank. The tank's kind of stranded out there for now. That was an interesting choice.
Yep. Nice little harassment there. Yeah, but now he knows Mutas are out nice and quickly. Turrets should be up in time. Marines will be in place.
Ooh, the Raven pickoff could be nice here.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like he's going to get it. Ooh, not quite.
Oh, my
goodness. 1
goodness.
health left.
Wow. Okay. This is crazy.
And this siege tank is coming back. TY loves to do weird things with siege tanks.
TY is playing surprisingly well considering his situation.
Yeah, man. I'm liking it.
Oh,
let's see how many drones he gets with this.
Cheeky.
Doesn't look like he realizes just yet.
No. Oh.
Looks like he just got one there. A lot of them damaged. Is that a second one he got? Okay,
that's two, yeah. And while this is all happening, we see the Marines and Mines moving across the map to the third base that was only just finished here. No Bailing Nest has finished yet either, which is a huge mistake from Su.
Yeah, he's playing a bit too breeze. He just doesn't have that nest, and
I think he's a little tilted. I mean, he just wasn't expecting it, and there was no reason to get that Bailing Nest. And here, we're going to see the third base go down, no doubt about that.
Yeah, he's actually deciding to chase the drones because he knows he's so confident here. Which may actually mean that he doesn't get the hatchery.
He can still fight this with the roaches there, maybe not. So he pulls back, but still, he got every drone.
Yeah, so the base is basically not useful anyways with all the drones gone.
Yeah, completely unsaturated at this point. So Su in a very awkward position. You know, the supplies aren't too different here, but Su is definitely behind in economy, in upgrades. He doesn't have bailing speed, not even upgrading it just yet. So he's not in a good place.
Yeah, I mean, the armory here is going to finish up around the same time he could start 2-2.
Ooh, this could be cute. This could be good.
Oh, no! What? How does this keep happening both times with the Raven and the medivacs?
Yeah, well, that was entirely Su's fault. He kind of changed targets a little too early there. Didn't get the first medivac.
That's got to be tilting as well.
Yeah, just a little bit off his game here. Kind of thrown off by this crazy sort of aggression from TY.
Look at the economy for TY. He's dead even in workers right now, 54 to 54. He's got so many Widow Mines out right now as well to come with him on his next push. Stim, combat shields, medevac count is healthy. Might want to repair those medevacs from earlier, but even if he doesn't, man, he's got 7 medevacs on the map. Looks like he's going to do a double Widow Mine drop. Probably one into the third, one into the main.
Yeah, wherever he can. No doubt about that. It's going to be great. And, I mean, we finally see bailing speed is half done here. 2-2 already on the way for TY. He knows he has the upgrade advantage, and he's taking even more of an advantage.
He's taking it to the next level.
Next level, the actual next tech level.
He's actually missing the attack Suez on his 2-2 upgrades. He only got the armor.
Yep, bit of a mistake there.
Hopefully he knows that.
The carapace is probably more important at this point, but still, you want to have both.
The Widow Mine drop is going towards the main right now. Meanwhile, Mutalisk harass, but the bigger problem is this massive army that's marching across the map. Bailing speed is about to finish. He doesn't have any bailings, though, as far as I can tell. He's morphing his first 10 right now.
He's going to do so much damage.
Oh, God.
10 drones go down.
And this base may go down as well. There's only a few bailings out right now. 10 more on the way, but they're just way too late here. So many Widow Mines to support.
Oh, great counterattack there. 13 SCVs go down, and we're seeing a pretty decent trade from Su here.
Yeah, we certainly are. Another Widow Mine shot goes off on those mutes. He might want to just target those down. He does. He needs to get these medevacs out of here.
And Su, he resets the economy of the third base. He cleans up this attack. Supplies that are even.
Yeah. I think we missed something there. I think those 10 Banelings might have actually... Oh, God, he needs to deal with this.
He has to deal with this.
I think those 10 Banelings might have been morphing to attack some of them at the third base.
Yeah, there was definitely Banelings in that counterattack. It wiped out the mineral line, essentially. But Su cannot stop here. He has to keep production up.
Oh, God, these Mutalisks are just kind of waiting here to kill those. But meanwhile, this is so many medevacs, like one medevac for each Marine almost at this point.
Essentially, and I mean, Su really needs more Banelings. You cannot defend this on 2 Banelings. No way, no how.
He needs them. Okay, there's a few more morphing now, 8 of them. TY definitely maybe a missed window of opportunity there. If he had only known there were only 2 Banelings there, might have actually decided to engage a little bit.
Yeah, it's always a gamble moving on to creep if you don't know exactly what's there. So I can't blame him. I mean, he still is in a very solid position here. 2-2 is nearly finished, which might be the timing he's waiting for.
Yeah, and he's going to have that attack advantage because Su just now started that +2 attack for his Zerglings. Only 10 Banes here. He's got a few Marauders at the front to tank. And God, this is so much healing. The Banelings are critical because the Banelings are going to kill the Marines faster than they could be healed.
Well,
but after that...
Yeah, Banelings are the only things that are actually going to kill this army.
Yeah, after that, there's nothing else. Mutalisks, the Zerglings, they're definitely not going to kill this army. No way.
Ooh, now we have Marauders in the mix too, which is going to make these Baneling hits even harder to commit to.
All right. Stimming running back here up the ramp. Widowmine shots.
Oh, not too bad here.
Yeah.
Oh, but that Widowmine cleans up so many Banelings before that could happen.
Yeah, and that was the key shot there. Now, again, without Banelings, it's tough for him to engage. A few more Banelings finish. During all of this, 3-3 has started for TY. Splitting back against us again. The splits are beautiful here, and here comes a huge group of reinforcements. Su needs to back up.
Su has to be so careful.
He needs more Banes.
Yeah, he needs more Banes, and he cannot be committing off creep like he does. He did this against Teju in the round of 16, and it was pretty much his demise. And this is not looking good at all.
No, TY is just confidently engaging here. Doesn't even have to split because he knows there's no Banelings here just yet. And look at this. The Banelings coming out one by one, just a bit too slow. Here come the splits. And they are very good. Another hit on those Mutalisks as well.
Will he actually have enough to clean this up? He might do, but Zerglings keep running in, but he's lost every single Mutalisk just about. One left.
If it ends up being worth it,
and it dies. GG as it happens. Very well played from TY. Huge mistake, huge overcommittal defense from Su.
Yeah, he just dropped that cancel down immediately, right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, he was like expecting it almost, and then he's like, okay, that's gone. I'm going to cancel this. I'm not even going to commit drones to it. If he committed drones to it, he could have defended this a lot easier. It was only 1 rack. Great fake by TY.
Yeah. I loved how that game went for TY. Like, it seemed like everything went right for him. There were a few lucky moments for sure.
Yeah.
Save his siege tanks despite that unlucky situation, that unlucky timing. Raven got away. Those 2 medevacs got away.
Yeah.
You know, Su just maybe a bit tilted, just missing a few things there.
I think he plays better when he's angry, though.
This is true. He's got a nickname for a reason.
I mean, look at him now. He is filthy at that loss. And it was Foxtrot. You know, it's not the best map for Zerg. But here we go. Overgrowth is the next map, and this is much better for Su.
Yeah, great map. I like this map choice. And this is the kind of map where aggression, if you can get to that third base, you know, up, stabilize, get that economy going, you can attack a lot of Zerg. There's a lot of counterattack potential. And TY is really going to have to be on point on his defense. We saw already in Game 1, he did neglect his defense at his third base a little bit, lost a lot of SCVs.
Yeah.
Imagine if Su's playing an even game at that point and then gets that kind of damage done.
Yeah, I mean, Su held on surprisingly well considering his situation, considering how bad his economy was, how much damage he was taking from Widow Mines, from a lot of harassment early on, from losing every single drone at that third base to a Marine drop. You know, he came back pretty convincingly, and Su is all about getting that macro up. He is a macro Zerg. He is probably the most powerful macro Zerg.
Yeah.
He's got to get that war machine up. He's got to get those 3 bases going. Then his Mutalisks and Banelings do not stop.
Yep. That's what's the most important thing. He's got to get those Banelings up. He can't have a late Baneling nest this time either, or TY is just going to continue to pressure. All right, guys, let's go into game number 2 here for Group B. Su versus TY. Down to the bottom left. Best Zerg in the world.
SK Telecom T1 Su.
Not only is he the best at this moment, he's the most consistent.
Most consistent Kong. Not a happy chappy, especially after that interview in the start.
No. Up to the top right in red.
KT roster TY.
And public service announcement. It's TY, not Ty. I see a lot of people wondering about this. I see this question asked all the time.
I even say Ty sometimes. I used to in Pro League at the very least.
It's his initials. We're going to see again. It looks like just 1 barracks pressure. Worked for him in Game 1. Another 2-player map here. Why not try for it again?
You know, I'd actually love to see 2 racks this time, but it is going to be 1 racks by the looks of it.
Sending something else down, though. Could actually be 2 racks.
All right, I like this because I think he's going to apply even more pressure this time.
This is genius because then maybe Sue's like, oh, I know your game. I know what you're up to here.
Yeah.
And then it's real this time.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a much better way of doing it. He's already getting the mind game here. We already see a 15 pull from Sue. So, you know, Sue is like, okay, you cheesed me out the first time. Shame on me. It's not going to happen again. We'll have to wait and see if how he's going to react to this, though, because it is 2 racks. There's going to be a lot more pressure this time, and it can kill straight up.
No. He looks pissed, man. They call him Angry Sue in Korea for
he is not happy.
To get angry and play better.
And to lose this way is so infuriating. He's got a second Overlord in front of the natural. He's searching for that cheese. He's got to be careful with that Overlord, though. He cannot lose that Overlord to Marines.
Yeah, it's pretty far out there, actually.
If he loses that Overlord to Marines, the game is essentially over.
Yeah, it's just, if you lose that, you can't produce, and that's the most important thing when you're trying to defend a barracks attack like this. Now, Swanning Pool is done. Let's see how many links he makes. Just sticking with the 2 for now, because he hasn't seen anything, but he can start links at any time the second he sees the bunker.
The SCV. Oh, but he starts a drone. Oh, I don't like that.
That's not the larva he wanted to spam like that.
I don't like that, Sue. We could see some trouble here.
Oh, he sends the SCV back, and now the Overlord is checking. He's going up to 3 SCVs down here in total, and here come the drones.
Yep. He has to make this happen this time.
Protecting that SCV is really important.
It's going to be a lot harder. I mean, he does get the early Zerglings out, which is going to help a lot here, but he's going to need a lot more, and the longer this goes on, the problem with going for a 15 pull is that you don't have creep spread at your natural. It takes a lot longer for that hatchery to go up. So once the Marines get more of a critical mass, they can kind of just kite the slowlings and kill so many so cost efficiently.
I love that he's making the spine, though, already. He could go ahead and move that down.
Yeah, he has to.
Once the creep is ready.
He absolutely has to at this point. And from here, he's trying to do as much damage as he can, but it's almost getting to a point now where there's too many Marines, and he can't commit to an attack.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. A few more links come down, though. And I have to say, for TY, he's been a bit unlucky with how his SCV has been placed during all of these barracks or the bunker buildings. They've been pretty exposed.
Yeah, he should be targeting down the SCVs, actually. There's no point trading with the Marines when they're about to jump into a bunker.
Yeah, I completely agree. The first bunker's done. Just going to jump right in. Oh, but he gets cut off a little bit.
Very, very good. But he cannot take damage like this either. The Marines will just simply kite back to that back bunker.
Yeah, the Queen being up here is so important because the Queen's able to do that range damage, killing the SCV, but he loses the Queen.
This is a horrible position here. The Spine can go down as well, but...
He needs to save that SCV!
He has to save the SCV. Great trading here.
Now he's in the bunker. It's in range of the Spine, of course. The SCV starts on it. Needs to target that SCV.
Oh my god.
Second bunker finishes. This game may just end.
I think it actually could end at this point.
He's not targeting it. It's one shot away, and now he can get into the second bunker.
Yeah. Oh.
Sue is on tilt. He's not playing like the good Angry Sue. This game is basically over. I think it is over.
This game is certainly over.
16 to 13 drones, and this hatch is going to go down. A bit sloppy of a defense here. Things started out okay, but got a bit over aggressive with that Queen. It was off creep. Took too much damage.
Yep, this is the problem with going 15 pool against 2 racks. I mean, you have a time limit where you can defend, but it'll eventually you get zoned out simply because there's no creep spread at your natural here. He's going for one last attack here. He might actually be able to get these bunkers down simply because there's only one SCV.
But even if he does, he's going to lose. He's just going to lose way too much.
He is losing a lot.
6 drones left, and GG.
GG. Well played from TY.
Uh-oh, Moonblade, is this the Terran tournament?
It might be. I think the Terrans may be blessed in this tournament, Wolf. Getting a nice couple of cheeses there, nice easy wins from TY. Something that I think he needed to get because he is looking pretty tired. Sue, this is actually the worst way to lose, Wolf. I can guarantee that because it has happened to me as well. Getting 2 racks twice in a row is like, well, I hate my life right now.
Nobody wants to lose to cheese. The first game, you say 2 racks twice in a row. It basically was, because even though the first game he didn't 2 racks, the effect was the same because he got the hatchery to cancel.
It was the same reaction. Yeah. And, I mean, it was even better for TY because he could just capitalize on macro after that. So, pretty disappointing games from Sue, but it doesn't really tell too much about what his current form is. He can come back from this.
Yeah.
He kind of just got cheesed out.
Yeah, he got cheesed out. Rough start here for Sue, but maybe the confidence that TY needs to get out of this group. Bit of an unexpected result, bit of an upset here.
Very unexpected here. I was expecting Sue to come into this. He was very confident coming into this.
Yeah.
But he wasn't ready for that.
That hurts. Well, guys, before we go to our next match, we're going to have a quick commercial break, so stay tuned.